Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Fox, and today we are reacting to comedians calmly destroying rude interviewers. Now, I've seen some crazy interviews where people have been saying some insane stuff, you know, where some of these journalists just get like way, as Stormzy would say, way too big for their boots. Like you're an interviewer interviewing someone, have some like kind of respect, decorum. You know what I mean? Like, they're doing this interview for you, they're not doing this interview for them. You know what I mean? And just really, all in all, trying to just push controversy as much as they can because they know it does numbers, and if they can get a controversial story, it's good for their careers. Either way, I'll leave a link to the video and the channel in the description, like always. And yeah, let's just get straight into it, honestly.
Sometimes, comedians just have to put rude interviewers in their place. Like when Ricky Gervais had a tense face-off with Joy Behar after she accused him of being sexist in one of his jokes.
Referring to Sex and the City 2, you said, I was sure the Golden Globe would go to the team that airbrushed that poster.
Yeah.
A little sexist.
No, it's not. Why is it sexist?
Well, because you're saying that the girls are older and they need to be airbrushed.
No, I think they look great at their age.
Oh.
Why hide it?
Oh.
I don't think that you lose your sensuality or your beauty because you hit 53. I'm saying, why are they hiding it?
But the drama didn't stop there. The hosts of The View kept pushing, criticizing Gervais for participating in a male...
I hate these white knight stuffs, man. Why is it sexist? Actually, it's a compliment. Dead ass. He gave them a compliment. He said, look, I don't get why they airbrushed the girls. Just let them be who they are. Like, he's not even doing the, like, age-old, like, you look better with that makeup thing. He's not even talking about the girls themselves. He's talking about the people who then edited the poster after the post. Like, this show is, like, well known for them. Like, the show that he was on is well known. That panel of women is well known for everything is sexist. Everything is, like, misogynistic. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand it, bro. Just sometimes people could just speak. You know what I mean? Just bro, especially Ricky Gervais is like well known for not being sexist or homophobic or racist or anything else. He literally doesn't care. He just doesn't care. And you know what? It's the way people should be. They just don't care.
Only comedy panel.
Hey, so I want to ask you about the HBO special, like Talking Funny. We just saw a clip from it, right? So we got Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Louis C.K. No women comedians on that panel?
Who would you replace?
I don't know.
No.
That's a good ass comeback. Who are you getting rid of? Who are you replacing? Replace someone. Pick someone to be replaced. On live television, I want you to pick someone who was getting replaced. Because now they're going to be sweating like, oh shoot, we didn't just realize that for someone to come in, someone's got to come off. And now we have to say who that was. Yeah. Sorry for all the pauses, but you know, I feel like reactions require reacting, not just watching a video. So, you know.
It was four people.
Just 4 people.
Yeah, so who would you take off?
I wouldn't. I would just add.
There you go.
That's when Gervais hit.
I wouldn't. I would just add. But there's 4 people. It's supposed to be 4 people. Yeah, but just add a girl. Yeah, but then there's 5 people. It's supposed to be 4 people. Like, you know what I mean? There's no logic behind the argument.
It back with a sarcastic joke. But, as you can tell from the hosts' reactions, they clearly weren't fans.
Men are intimidated by funny women, so we didn't want them in the room.
Oh, is that right?
It was a joke.
Things got even...
Wow! Are we taking the piss? That's obviously a joke. It's a funny joke at that. My God. My God. My God. Like, the thing is, he didn't even make the low-hanging fruit joke of like, oh, women aren't funny. Ha ha ha. He said, there are funny women. They just weren't in the room because we're offended. That is a self-deprecating, non-sexist joke. In fact, if it's sexist towards anyone, it's sexist towards men in that joke. So how is that? How are you now mad about that? You know what I mean? Oh, God.
Even more
This is becoming too political. I don't want it to be political. I just solely hate a lack of logic. Logic will forever preside over everything else. If there is no logic, I am not a part of it. I don't know.
Hence, when Maher asked if Gervais thought women were funny, his frustration was obvious, but he calmly shut it down with a thoughtful response.
Do you think women are funny?
What's the difference? That's ridiculous.
It's a different sensibility.
Statistically, less women go into stand-up from what I've seen, so there's probably less to choose from.
Right.
But yeah, there are loads of funny women. I've worked with loads of funny women. Of course I have. There's loads of funny women here.
But this next clip would see the tension between
None of them are sitting on that down chair.
Shane Gillis and Andrew Schultz on the Flagrant podcast hit a whole new level when the hosts compared Shane to a TikToker with Down syndrome.
Bro, Shane.
I know exactly who they're talking about. That's fucked up. You can't do that, man. Can't be doing that.
Shane actually has been working out, dude. This is fucking crazy.
Let's see it. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh, you look good. Is this from West
Yeah.
It actually is.
Oh, nice.
You guys, and you know what?
That's his rival's profile picture. Shane, can we click the video? I just want to hear the sound. I just want to hear the sound.
It's a Sue. It's
Sue. Yeah.
Nah, you look great, dog. Congrats.
I don't think that's funny.
This hit home for Gillis, who has family members with Down syndrome, but the hosts still didn't stop.
That's so that stings so bad. It's so because it's just like, do your research. If you're gonna make certain jokes, fine. If you're gonna have like a podcasty, interviewee, jokey thingy, fine, that's fine. Do your research on who you're making your jokes about before you make your jokes. You know what I mean? Because I absolutely believe it would have been on the internet that he's got Down syndrome family members, and it would also have been on the internet as to whether or not he finds some jokes kind of funny, because it probably isn't the first time he's heard them kind of jokes or responded to them kind of jokes. Do your research, man. Do your research. And if he says he's uncomfortable with the joke, don't keep pushing.
But that's not me, so
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke. What are you saying?
Yeah. It's okay, dude.
Gillis reached his breaking point when the hosts laughed at a video of someone with Down syndrome dancing, prompting him to finally put his foot down.
Nice.
By the way,
Yeah. That's wild.
The dude with Down syndrome is hitting it. Listen, the syndrome may be down, but the moves are up. Bro is actually hitting it, right? I can't dance like that. Bro is hitting their moves.
these guys are
Really?
awesome.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
For you guys to sit here and be like,
Wait a minute.
let's bring it up and mock them. That's dude. That's a dude. By using them as an insult.
Using.
Yeah.
We're using you.
So you're insulting them by saying I look like them? Or
We're
you're insulting me
you.
by saying I look like them?
This is you back in your victim thing.
No, I'm not being a...
That's this whole situation's just not great, to be honest. It's just not great.
I'm saying the jokes you're doing it's not like...
It's not PC?
That's not cool.
Gillis managed to humble the smug podcasters, much like Bill Burr did to...
Yeah, it's just not, it's not like certain jokes, certain places, like 9/11 jokes, objectively, society thinks they're funny. Most of society thinks they're funny. Most of the internet thinks they're funny. But you don't make them jokes around like 9/11 survivors or like children of people who died in 9/11. Like, that's just fucked up, right? Certain people with disabilities, you kind of test the waters first to see what kind of jokes they find okay. Like, if someone's in a wheelchair, you don't and they're a stand-up comedian, all right, probably making a sit-down comedian joke is warranted. It's okay. They're a comedian. I'm sure they can take it, or they've heard it before. You know. But that one was just, yeah. That one wasn't itchy.
To a pompous Bill Maher.
I just think it's gauche. But yeah,
go again.
Gauche. What's gauche mean?
With the big words. What does gauche mean? I've heard the word.
It means great in French.
That doesn't sound right.
Gauche? No, it doesn't.
No.
Maher couldn't hide his sense of superiority, constantly trying to one-up Burr instead of just having a real conversation.
Counterpoint, if this is just, some people just talk like this, and if like they know the word, if they don't know the word, like, yeah. I think if you know these big words, they're good to use. You know what I mean? If you speak properly and eloquently and can get your point across using them big words, then do. But know the person you're talking to. If you have to dumb down your words to speak to a person, just dumb them down. You know what I mean? Like, maybe throw in 1 or 2 big words, right? I might be having a conversation with someone and I throw in 1 big word, 2 big words, we don't push it too much. But I'm not spamming big words. You know what I mean? But it's just, yeah.
And always talk Beatles, and one reason they are prima inter pares among rock gods is that they...
I've never heard all of those words. Was that 3 words? Was that 2 words?
That's Latin for first among equals.
Why? Why wouldn't you just say they're the best? Because, like, okay, there's like certain things where you're just like, okay, if you talk normally, that's fine. If you're talking higher slightly, that's fine. Know who you're talking to, because bro is obviously just trying to knowledge bomb. He has this stuff. I don't even think it's his fault. He knows all these cool words and he's looking for any excuse to say them, which is fine. But like, don't seem pompous about it. You know what I mean? Say the words and move on.
Would you save that for your parties when you're wearing your smoking jacket? I'll tell you that Bill Maher is really smart. He is really well-read. He just said prima paravaris.
Prima inter pares.
Inter pares.
You know what? I'm not the bad guy because I know more. Okay, can we just get
That's
that?
right. Don't
can
make
we
me.
just
Don't make me.
that?
Exactly.
I'm not the bad guy because I know things.
Things took an
True.
unexpected turn when Maher brought up the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, only for Burr to challenge him head-on.
Have you heard what's going on college campuses these days?
I don't watch the news.
You don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids demonstrating for Hamas? They are in with the terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say.
Maher kept pushing, but Burr stood his ground, showing no signs of backing down.
No.
I think it's like trying to force like this strange political viewpoint. Best political discussions happen when you're not trying to change someone's mind or convince someone that they're wrong. No matter what their view is, it's always nice to play devil's advocate, and you can tell a lot about a person by if you play devil's advocate around them. Go to a Trump supporter and say a bunch of liberal stuff and see how they react, and go to someone who's like liberal and act like a Trump supporter and see how they react. If they react anywhere near the same way about the other side, they're both the same person. They're two sides of the same coin. They're the same type of evil. True justice comes in the form of balance. And if you're acting crazy one way or the other, that's not balance. You know?
No one wants to see kids dead. This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Well,
it comes down to real hard-nosed decisions. Like a country.
Stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked. Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop now. Don't attack them. There's a very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East. Stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you
Stop
just solved
attacking
it.
Israel.
You just
I did.
solved it.
I actually
There you
did.
go. That's fantastic.
By the end, it was clear that Burr had enough of Maher's inflated ego and decided to shut him down with some brutal comebacks.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the Israel-Palestine stuff to be talking on it. Just stop fighting, gang. As far as I know, Israel's trying to take over Palestine. Palestine, I think, attacked first, and Israel was just like, you know what, you're crazy. We're just going to take the whole thing. But I don't know how it worked out really. Maybe leave a comment or something, or maybe I'll go and read up on it. But just stop fighting. It really is that simple. You know what? Even simpler than that. Everybody in every country, just stop joining your military. Just stop joining. Stop. Guess what? There's no wars. You can't be a pawn in a war if you never signed up to be one. You know what I mean? Stop falling for the propaganda and signing yourself up for the military. In every country. Stop the Indian military, stop the Chinese military, stop the Japanese military, stop the African military, American military, British military. If you remove the military from every country, no one's got anything to fight with. God, then they will have to actually, I don't know, use their words. Like adults, big boys, use their words. You have to use your words. You have to use your words. You know, I was trying to do baby talk, but it came out slightly racist, like Asian. I didn't mean that. It was supposed to be like baby, like, oh, you have to use your... You know, I'm going to stop doing it. I'm going to stop doing it.
Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine. How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that.
This is why this is not your thing.
Make some hard-nosed decision.
It's
not your thing. It's what you...
That is my
It isn't
thing.
your
This
thing.
is not
It
your
isn't.
thing.
You're like that guy that has a fantasy football team and thinks he's fucking GM.
No.
That's exactly what it is. Like, why am I fucking listening to you like you've done something? What have you done in Washington? Nothing.
That's
and while Burr kept
crazy.
his cool, Katt Williams had a very different experience with radio host Wanda Smith, where what
Wanda is crazy. She just instigating constantly. I mean, she looks like someone who's instigator.
started as
It's the size of the problem stems exactly from earring size. Bigger the earrings, bigger the problem.
playful banter quickly turned personal.
Gold, shiny lips. I thought it was a MAGA hat for a second. I was like, I know he's not a Trump supporter. So how is he wearing a MAGA hat? It's not a MAGA hat. It's just red hats. It's like trauma now. It's like, oh, this damn hat. It's everywhere.
It all started when Williams joked about Smith's cooking skills.
She didn't do as much cooking in the latter years as she did in the beginning.
Whatever. I cook. I do it all.
I didn't say that you
Well,
didn't.
that's all right. I did it in the beginning and the middle and the end.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Bro was so confused. Bro was like, I didn't say she didn't. I didn't say she didn't. Wait, well, what's going on?
They like for me to cook. I do.
Where are bro's teeth? Where are bro's teeth?
They.
Yo, Americans, aren't you supposed to be making fun of us for our teeth? Gang, I have all of mine. Where? Yo, Young Blur, let me hire you for a second. Young Blur.
They like for me to cook. I do a really nice broccoli. They like my broccoli and they love my baked chicken.
Hey, right now, look up your phone and see what it takes to make broccoli and tell me does it say heat up water?
Nah, he's spitting though. Broccoli is kind of crazy easy to make. You just steam that shit. Boiled broccoli is awful. Steam it. Steam your broccoli, people. Steam it. It tastes better. And season it. Steam it and season it. I love the way that he speaks. I love the way Katt Williams speaks. Go on your phone and look up what it takes to make broccoli and see if it don't say boil water. Water? How does he say water? Anyway.
That's the only step in broccoli.
Simmer.
Water,
Whatever.
simmer. Have you ever heard of burned broccoli?
Have you ever heard of burned broccoli? I love his voice.
Burned broccoli? You can't burn it because it's made in a pot of water.
However, the mood shifted dramatically when Smith brought up Williams' past arrests, something he had specifically asked her not to mention.
Yeah, maybe don't. It's like using a nuke to kill a housefly. You know, you're like, that's just not necessary. You know what I mean? Especially if he specifically asked for you to not do that, and that was a stipulation for him coming on the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't. Like, imagine me and you are having some beef, and you go, "Oh yeah, that's why you're, you know, your shoe's kind of ugly." I turn around, yeah. That's why your uncle went to jail for being falsely accused of attacking that woman. You'd be like, bro, what? Bro, we were just laughing and joking. Why did it get so personal? Or the other way round, where in that scenario, I swing. Like, it's... Certain phrases are like trigger words which incite a left hook, and the other ones are trigger phrases that incite a right hook, like I'm a sleeper agent. You say the right combination of words, you get left and a right and a good night. Let's.
I'm a great cook. Whatever.
Yes, ma'am. You're good at heating stuff up.
You're good at telling us about what's going on in jail.
Oh. Yeah, that's not.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19 felonies,
times.
no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
No.
Calm
No.
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
No.
Feeling disrespected, Williams fired back with jokes that were outright hostile, making the tensions in the studio palpable.
If you wanna have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you?
You dissed a comedian personally. You get what you get.
Come on down.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
The show starts at 9. Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go, Shay, please come get Miss Katt and do her hair.
She's almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
But that's when things got unexpectedly dark, as that very evening, Wanda's husband allegedly confronted Williams at a comedy club, pulling a gun on him during the altercation. But as intense as that encounter was, it's not the only time an interviewer found themselves on the receiving end of a takedown. Just look at how Chelsea Handler destroyed Piers Morgan.
Oh, yeah. Piers Morgan, sometimes he says crazy good stuff. But most of the time, he just says crazy stuff. Like, no crazy good. He just talking. He just talk. He is a D1 yapper. He yaps. He just yaps.
You tweet very amusingly.
I wish you did.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, in the middle of the commercial break, I want your viewers to know. They must know because they're probably following you on Twitter. I mean, you can't even pay attention for 60 seconds. You're a terrible interviewer.
Instead of backing down, Morgan then tried to put the blame on Handler, but she delivered an unforgettable knockout punch.
Well, but that's not my problem.
What is your problem?
This is your show. You have to pay attention to the guests that you invited on your show.
If they're interesting enough.
Yeah, they listen, it doesn't matter how interesting I am. You signed up for this job. Of course it does. Well, maybe that's why your job is coming to an end.
Oh, damn.
Comedian Russell
Oh.
Brand would similarly fire back at hosts who he felt disrespected him with their lukewarm introduction.
All right, joining us now, he's a really big deal.
He's a big
I know. I'm told this. I'm not very pop culture.
This interview is a masterclass in how to deal with rude people. I think there's probably someone on YouTube. I've seen a few people do breakdowns of this interview. Psychologically, like all of the techniques in this video are like really good. Like good techniques to diffuse situations and command respect from like people who are obviously like being mean to you for like no reason. Because like even that sentence there where she was just like, he's a really big deal. No, I'm not very pop cultured. Like obviously she's just firing for no reason.
I'm sorry. Comedian, movie star, author, and host of the show Brand X, Russell Brand.
As
he's not giving her anything. No reaction, no facial reaction. He just acts like what she says is rude, which it is.
if that dismissive intro wasn't bad enough, another host then made a sly comment about Brand's accent.
Because I believe people are very, very intelligent, but the information gets manipulated a lot, and people like to cause, like, fake stirs and stuff.
Funny, the accent, when I see him in person, it's totally fine. Forgetting Sarah.
He completely dismissed what he said to talk about his accent instead. Like
Marshall or the TV show, it's fine. But on satellite radio in the car, I can't understand a single joke you say.
See, he's just making these slight dicks for no reason. No reason.
I think it's not listening to him, it's experience. It's just sort of taking it all in.
You are talking about me as if I'm not here and as if I'm an extraterrestrial. I'm from a country that's near to you.
Dummy.
That's when Brand completely took over the interview, leaving
the
hosts flustered beyond belief.
Basic good manners.
That is where Willie is heading.
Who is Willie?
I don't know.
Is this what you all do for a living?
Yes.
Okay, but I'm here to. Okay, well, let me help you. I'm here to promote a tour called Messiah Complex. It's here for the people of America. I want the people of America to come and see me do stand-up. Go to russellbrand.tv where you can purchase tickets to see me. These people, I'm sure, are typically very, very good at their job. What is it? You're conveying news to the people of America.
Yes.
People of America, we're going to be okay. Everything's all right. These are your trusted anchors.
And while Brand called out his...
He immediately took the full control of the whole thing.
hosts for their lack of decorum, Patrice O'Neal took on something even bigger.
He did even more in that interview. Just go and watch someone do a breakdown of that interview. It's great.
Taking a stand against censorship in comedy and passionately defending free speech during his fiery 2007 showdown on Fox News.
I think the nation is just tired. There's a new mood in the nation.
What nation?
The nation. You know what? We're tired of things that are just
the nation that's papering you? I'm not the nation. I'm just speaking for me and funny. I don't know her, but I'm assuming that she has nothing to do with funny. So I'm going to speak as the expert on funny. Funny people should just be left to trying to be funny.
As the debate heated up, O'Neal stayed calm and collected, tearing their arguments apart with sharp logic and defending comedy and free speech.
It's just what she has to say. We are outraged and fired and fired and fired. Name calling. I'm outraged. I am outraged.
You should be.
I am a fool. Now, if I called you a fool,
This has been a beautiful response of just the general public saying to advertisers, we're your consumers. We don't want to have to avoid everything in the street. We don't want to have to worry about what radio station we turn on. And there is some really derogatory, violent thing to deal with.
Information, ma'am, is secondhand from someone making you aware that someone may have said something that you should be upset about. It's a shame. Your constituents, the people you represent aren't all victims.
And while O'Neal was praised for holding his ground, Tiffany Haddish faced backlash for her response to a reporter's question on the 2023 Met Gala red carpet.
Yeah, don't mess with her.
A little costume change?
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom.
The reporter was clearly flustered, but Haddish wasn't done yet, doubling down and driving her point home.
Time of death.
Yeah. Costume is a bit of a crazy thing to say, but at the same time, it's like, it depends on where you are, what you're doing. Like when, what's his name? Zelensky called Trump's, like, and all their things, like, costumes, the suits, costumes. Yeah, that made sense. Time and place. We're talking about a war, and you're talking about what I'm wearing. All right, fine. I'll put on a costume once this is all done. But if you're like in a place like this, don't call it a costume. Little costume change. Like what?
For me, right now, you look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. It actually is. Like you can't just like. Costume fine if you're on a set. They're not on a set. This is like a real person you're talking to.
This what fame look like. This what success look like.
Okay, now she's going too far. Right, now you're doubling down too much. Right, it was a quick little witty boom. It's a good way to snap up a thing, but to just keep nailing that point in once it's already in the wall is just a bit cringe. It makes sense.
This what money look like. This.
Yeah. Now you're just coming off as
sparked a wave of criticism.
Yeah.
With many feeling her reaction turned a lighthearted moment into an uncomfortable confrontation.
It was. But to be fair, that's kind of who she is as a person. I believe, based off of what I can see, obviously I can't speak for her in person, but like. From the way she presents herself on stage and whatever else, it definitely feels like that's the sort of person she is, you know?
Yet, few interviews match the discomfort of Jim Carrey's existential meltdown at New York Fashion Week in 2017.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join. And here I am.
It was clear that Carrey's vibe was completely off, but interviewer Katt Sadler kept trying to steer things back on track. Carrey, however, wasn't letting that happen.
They say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
I get what he's saying. But this is hilarious.
I don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others. Artistry, you're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down now.
Oh God! Look at his face. Look how proud he is, and look at her face, bro. Oh God!
Carrey would then wrap up the surreal exchange with a line that left Sadler completely speechless.
Here's the thing: it's not our world.
None of this is real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
This is the good news.
Okay.
And while Jim Carrey dismissed Fashion Week as meaningless, Joan Rivers
It pretty much is.
Rivers made a career out of scathing fashion critiques, which led to a heated CNN interview that became infamous.
Even with your fashion critiquing, while it's very mean in some ways, people
It's
can't
not
wait
mean.
to
It's
hear what
not
you have to say.
mean.
Really?
It's not-
You have some shock value to you. I mean, on the cover of your book, you're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
This whole interview is.
You're just trying to get a rise out of people. You're trying your damnedest to get a rise out of people. Like, you know what I mean? I hate people like this. Like, you sacrificed your morals as a human to do an interview. You sacrificed your morals to do, to interview this person. That means you're a bad person. You're the person who should be interviewed as to how easy it is for you to sacrifice your morals to do that. Or maybe you didn't have any in the first place, and those are the sorts of people that become reporters. People who don't have any morals.
It's
Makes
becoming
sense.
a defensive interview. Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm talking.
Instead of moving on, the interviewer kept pushing, prompting Rivers to explode in a fit of rage.
You did hear it in some of those press conferences. There were people who were upset, and you're just saying, no.
Like, this is the why?
You know, I'm going. I really am going because all you have done is negative.
No.
All you have done is negative. I haven't heard I make people laugh for 50 years. I am put on earth to make people laugh. My book is funny. I wear fur that was killed 15 years ago. I work for animal rights. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the.
See her sitting there smiling? It's because she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's literally part of what started the didn't ask generation. She doesn't care. The only thing she cares about is the fact that she's probably going to get a raise for putting this on live TV. She does not care that you are angry. She does not care that she's saying stuff that's getting on your nerves. She doesn't care that you are actively being made fun of in an interview that they asked you to come for. All she cares about is the fact that you are giving her the reaction she was.
I want to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Are we serious?
Joan Rivers didn't tolerate disrespect, and
never should. You should never. Don't tolerate disrespect, ever.
Neither did Jerry Seinfeld when Larry King inadvertently insulted his legendary show.
You gave it up, right?
I did, sir.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got...
Okay, that's kind of... Okay, I'm not sure about that one, because that didn't even sound like an insult. That sounded like... I don't know what's coming next, but that didn't sound like an insult, really. That kind of sounded more like they didn't cancel you, you cancelled them. That kind of sounded empowering, to be honest. I'm not so sure about this one. I'm not sure.
Cancel?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is this
still CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also.
Even as they shared a laugh, Seinfeld wasn't ready to let it slide and was sure to set the record straight.
I went off the air. I was the number one show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am? 75 million viewers. Last episode.
What? You don't take it so bad.
Well, that's a...
Yeah, I think it's 50-50 on this one, because it's just like, okay, it was a little bit, but like at the same time, I don't think what he said was that bad. He said you cancelled them, right?
It's a big difference between being canceled and being number one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But Seinfeld may have pushed it too far when he made a subtle jab at Larry King.
Yeah, now you're going the wrong way. See, this is the problem that people have. This is the same problem that was had with the what's her name and the dress, and she just took it too far. Hit back with just enough force to oppress. Once you've, the interviewer in that situation said the word costume instead of dress, and, to be fair, that is what it's called. Calling it a costume is crazy, but at the same time, it's called a costume change. When you change your clothes mid-event, that's a wardrobe change, or like a costume change. I don't know. But once the joke should have ended when she said time of death. But time of death for me. Right? That's when it should have ended. But it didn't. It just kept going for no reason. This is the same thing. He said something that wasn't even an insult at first. It didn't even sound like an insult. And then you've punched out, all right, fine, you've gotten the upper hand. Now you've got the upper hand, you keep kicking. Stop. After a while, it doesn't make you look good anymore. It makes you look bad.
Drawing audible groans from the crew.
B-movie opens. Can we get a resume in here for me?
B-movie opens tomorrow. Hey, we'll be right back.
Well, that was a video.
Sometime.
That was an ending. It just ended. There was nothing. It just stopped. No outro, no nothing. You know what? I kind of rate it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did enjoy that video and you want to see more from me, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, notifications on, off, doesn't matter to me, but it just helps me either way when you subscribe. And I greatly appreciate it. And the watch time. I appreciate it. I really do. Just cut to the outro, man. Cut to the outro.
After this, there'll be no more distractions.